The world may have written you off. People may have looked at your failures, your mistakes, your heartbreaks, and whispered, "It's over." They may have decided that your story has ended, that you will never rise again. But the shocking truth is this: God is preparing a comeback in your life that will astonish the world. Just as the resurrection of Jesus stunned the powers of darkness, so will your restoration leave no doubt that the hand of the Almighty is upon you. On Friday, the Son of God was crucified, his body broken, his disciples scattered, and his enemies rejoicing. The grave was sealed, and the world thought the story was finished. But on Sunday morning, the stone rolled away, the tomb was empty, and death was defeated. That is the ultimate comeback. And if God could raise his Son from the grave, then he can raise you from any pit, any failure, any defeat you have endured. Think of Jonah, running from God, swallowed by a great fish, trapped in total darkness. From every human perspective, his calling was over. No prophet could come back from that. But inside the belly of despair, Jonah prayed, and God heard him. The fish spat him out on dry land, and the man who seemed finished carried a message that shook an entire city. What the world thought was a grave became the very place of preparation for his greatest assignment. And what about Samson? Once feared, then humiliated, his eyes gouged out, mocked by his enemies in their temple, the crowd laughed as they paraded him like a broken man. Yet in his final moments, Samson cried out, "Sovereign Lord, strengthen me just once more," Judges 16:28. And God answered. His strength returned, and with one final push, he brought down the temple and defeated more enemies in his death than in his life. His comeback shocked everyone. God turned his shame into one last glorious victory. Think also of Peter. He was the bold disciple, the one who swore he would never deny Jesus. But in one terrible night, under pressure, he failed 3 times. The rooster crowed, and Peter wept bitterly. People might have thought his ministry was over. Yet when Jesus rose, he did not cast Peter aside. He restored him, asking 3 times, "Do you love me?" John 21:17. And on the day of Pentecost, the same man who once denied Christ stood before thousands and preached a message so powerful that 3,000 souls were saved. From failure to fiery preacher, what a comeback! The Bible is filled with these shocking reversals because this is the God we serve. He takes ashes and brings beauty. He takes despair and brings hope. He takes death and brings life. And he can do the same in your life. Your lowest points are not wasted. They are the very soil in which God plants the seeds of your destiny. A seed looks dead when it is buried in the ground. It is hidden, forgotten, and unseen. But beneath the surface, something miraculous is happening. Roots are forming, life is stirring, and in the appointed season, the seed breaks through the soil into the light. Jesus said in John 12:24, "Unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds." What feels like death to you may actually be the beginning of abundant life. So don't despise the hidden seasons. Joseph sat in prison for years, wrongly accused, forgotten by men, but never forgotten by God. Those years were not wasted. They were shaping him for the day he would stand before Pharaoh and be exalted to lead a nation. The waiting room became his classroom. The dungeon became his training ground. And when his comeback came, it shocked everyone because no one expected a prisoner to become a prime minister in a single day. That is what God can do. Your setback is not your tombstone. It is a testimony in the making. Your delay is not denial, it is divine preparation. God is not punishing you, He is positioning you. He is writing a story so incredible that when He reveals it, people will have no choice but to say, "This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes." Psalm 118:23. Maybe you feel buried under debt, crushed by illness, rejected in relationships, or overwhelmed by shame. The enemy wants you to believe it's over. But hear me, God has not said his final word. Micah 7:8 declares, "Do not gloat over me, my enemy. Though I have fallen, I will rise. Though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light." That verse is for you today. You may be down, but you are not out. The comeback is already on heaven's calendar. And when it comes, it won't be small. It won't be hidden. It will shock the very people who thought you were finished. They will see the hand of God raise you up, and it will testify that Jesus Christ is alive and powerful. Your pain will become someone else's encouragement. Your scars will become someone else's roadmap to healing. Your story will inspire those who thought they had no hope left. Think of the cross. To the disciples, it was the ultimate defeat, but to God, it was the doorway to the ultimate victory. In the same way, your cross, the place of suffering and shame, can become the platform for resurrection power. Romans 8:11 promises, "The Spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, and he who raised Christ will also give life to your mortal bodies." The same Spirit that rolled the stone away is working inside you right now. So rise in faith, hold your head up, stop believing the lie that you are finished. God is not done with you. He is crafting a comeback that will glorify his name and change your future. The world may have seen your fall, but soon they will witness your rise. The same lips that mocked you will be silenced. The same voices that doubted you will have to admit, God was with you all along. This is your moment to stand, not in your strength, but in his. This is your time to believe again, to hope again, to dream again. Don't stay in the grave when God is calling you out. Don't stay in the ashes when God is clothing you with beauty. Don't stay in defeat when victory has already been written. Isaiah 60 verse 1 declares, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." That is your verse for this season. Get ready. God will shock the world with your comeback.